There's a whisper in the dark, a secret we've all been told, but never quite believed. It echoes in the spaces between heartbeats, in the silence after laughter fades. The worst thing they ever told us was that normal was the goal. Fit in, tone it down. Fix yourself. Be quiet. Be useful. Be less. They sold it like salvation, didn't they? A promise of belonging, of safety. But for some of us, it was a slow, polite death. Suffocation so gradual we barely noticed we'd stopped breathing. Normal is a machine. It grinds the wild out of people. It's not health, it's not peace. It's conformity, sold as safety. If you're too sensitive, too queer, too creative, too chaotic, too neurodivergent, too loud, you start to believe the problem is you. But normal? Normal is a social contract signed in invisible ink by people who don't even remember why they signed it. We're told to believe that to be normal, is to be safe, predictable, acceptable. But what is normal if not the average of everyone's fears, smoothed out until it's unrecognizable? The lie is seductive because it promises belonging without effort. But the cost? Curiosity, creativity, contradiction, everything that makes you you. To chase normal is to amputate the parts of yourself that don't fit the mold and call it growth. So we shrink. We sand down our edges. We quiet our instincts. Learn to smile on cue and dream on mute, and all the while, something wild inside us gnaws at the bars. But what if it's not a flaw? What if your sensitivity is a compass? What if your rage is sacred? What if your weirdness is a signal flare for others like you? You were never broken. We're just never meant to be digestible. Beneath the performance, beneath the filters and timelines, we are beasts. Divine, confused, radiant beasts. We were born to feel too much, to make a mess, to grieve loudly and laugh like we're breaking something. There is holiness in our contradictions. We are sacred and feral stardust with unfinished business and the feral truth. It claws its way out in your laughter, your sobbing, your refusal to apologize for being alive. It speaks in shivers, in goosebumps, in the lump in your throat that refuses to leave. You are not a problem to be solved. You are a symphony learning to be played in public. That's why I started this. Not to go viral, not to be a creator, but to gather the ones who don't belong anywhere and give us a place. This isn't content. This is kinship. If something in this hits you in the chest, subscribe. We're the feral ones and we're just getting started. So here it is. Burn the script. Let normal tremble in your rearview mirror. You are being invited back to yourself. Not the filtered version. Not the pleasing version. The howling, trembling, radiant creature you've always been. This isn't a call to chaos. It's a homecoming. Be inconvenient. Be loud. Be soft in places that scare you. The world doesn't need more well-behaved ghosts. It needs you, alive, unfiltered, unapologetic. You were never meant to be normal, and that's not a flaw. That's the whole point. In the quiet after these words fade, in the space between breaths, remember, there's a wildness in you that refuses to be tamed. It's the part that shivers when the wind changes, that aches with the phases of the moon. It's the you that existed before the world told you who to be. This wildness, it's not a mistake. It's your birthright, your inheritance. It's a spark of divinity that makes you more than flesh and bone and societal expectations. We've been taught to fear it, to cage it, to medicate it into submission. But what if that wildness is the very thing that will save us? What if it's the key to unlocking the life we were meant to live? Society craves your conformity because your authenticity is revolutionary. Your refusal to be small, to be quiet, to be normal. It's an act of rebellion. And in a world desperate for change, rebellion is holy. So let your edges be sharp. Let your voice crack with emotion. Let your love be fierce and your grief be loud. These are not flaws to be fixed. They are the raw materials of a life fully lived. You, in all your messy glory, are a miracle. A once in the history of the universe, collision of stardust and consciousness. To try to fit that miracle into a box labeled normal is a tragedy. Instead, let's celebrate the weird, the too much, the not enough, the in-between and the undefined. Let's create spaces where our contradictions can breathe, where our complexities are welcomed, not tolerated. This is an invitation to unbecome everything you were told you should be, and remember who you are beneath the layers of shoulds and musts and have-tos. It's time to stop apologizing for the space you take up, for the feelings you feel, for the dreams that refuse to die quietly. Our existence is not an inconvenience, it's a gift. And the world is starving for the unique flavor of magic only you can bring. So let your freak flag fly. Dance badly. Sing off-key. Love with abandon. Create art that makes no sense to anyone but you. These are acts of courage in a world that demands conformity. Remember, your sensitivity is your superpower. Your intensity is your fuel. Your quirks are your trademark. Trying to sand these down, we lose the very things that make us unforgettable. We are entering an age where the misfits, the rebels, the square pegs and round holes, we are the ones who will lead the way, because we see differently, we feel differently, we dream differently, and different is exactly what the world needs right now. So, to all the too much girls, the not enough boys, the neither here nor their souls, who've never found a label that fits, this is your permission slip to exist exactly as you are. You don't need to tone it down. You don't need to fit in. You don't need to make sense to everyone. You just need to be gloriously, unapologetically you. Because here's the truth, they never told us. Normal was never the goal. Alive was. Awake was. Fully embodied in our weird, wild, wonderful humanity. That was always the point. So let's make a pact, you and I. Let's promise to stop chasing normal. Stop trying to squeeze ourselves into shapes that were never meant to contain us. Instead, let's be lighthouses. Beacons for other misfits searching for home. Let's create a world where different isn't just tolerated, but celebrated. Where sensitivity is seen as strength, where intensity is recognized as passion, where being too much is exactly enough. This is more than a movement. It's a remembering. A return to the wild, holy truth of who we are beneath the masks and the musts. You are not broken. You are not wrong. You are not too much or not enough. You are stardust and stories and songs yet unsung. You are ancient wisdom in a brand new body. You are a possibility incarnate. And the world is waiting for the magic only you can bring. So come home to yourself. Embrace the feral truth of your existence. Let your weirdness be a beacon. Your sensitivity a superpower. Your intensity a force for change. This is your invitation to a life beyond normal. A life of depth, of passion, of holy, wild authenticity. Welcome home, you beautiful, feral creature. We've been waiting for you.